Story 1. All of these wealthy celebrities are promoting sports betting commercials for online casinos that disqualify anyone who wins consistently. Story 2. Dr. Linus Pauling is the individual behind many of the discoveries you learn in chemistry class today. He authored fundamental textbooks and discovered how electrons bond with one another, along with the bonding of hydrogen in compounds. Later, he insisted that large doses of vitamin C could cure cancer, prevent illness, and lead to cognitive enhancement. He faced ridicule for this claim but remained convinced he was correct despite lacking evidence. Another interesting story involves the race to discover the structure of DNA. He published a paper claiming he had found the true structure, much to the disappointment of James Watson and his colleagues. However, they quickly realized that he had overlooked how certain molecules bond with each other, making his proposed structure physically impossible. Ironically, he was the very person who had discovered this type of bonding decades earlier. Additionally, he dismissed a researcher who discovered quasicrystals, a finding that later earned that researcher a Nobel Prize. Pauling famously said, "There is no such thing as quasicrystals, only quasic scientists." Notably, Pauling himself won 2 Nobel Prizes for his contributions to science, particularly regarding atomic nuclei, among other topics. It seems that he may have grown overconfident in his abilities, leading to a decline in his reasoning skills as he aged. Nevertheless, he continued to engage in scientific work until his 90s. Story 3. Alex Trebek and the insurance company Colonial Penn should not be approached, as they have a negative reputation. Story 4. Gordon Ramsay has always been impressive, particularly for his techniques. While he often portrays a tough persona for television, he is undeniably a great chef. Now, however, he licenses his name to subpar restaurants that rely on prepackaged food products and promotes overpriced nonstick cookware. It's disappointing to see this shift. Story 5. As a fan of the New England Patriots, it was disappointing to see Tom Brady promote the NeuroSafe concussion water. For someone who focused on a healthy diet throughout his career, endorsing such a questionable product felt like a letdown. Story 6. Anthony Starr promoting one of those semi-fake games where you shoot power-ups and some kind of army is kind of surprising. When celebrities do those bottom-of-the-barrel ads, I feel like it must be 6 a.m. and they've been up all night, $200,000 in the hole at a sketchy poker game. Story 7. Not a particular person, but living in Japan, you get to see many Western stars in advertisements for basic products. They wouldn't take contracts like that in the United States, but here they promote just about anything. It probably pays very well. Story 8. George Clooney is the brand ambassador for Nespresso, which is owned by Nestlé, one of the most criticized companies today. There is also concern about the amount of waste produced by Nespresso. Story 9. I was surprised and disappointed when Beyoncé started selling a weight loss product after her Coachella performance. I understand that she is a businesswoman, but selling a weight loss product is something that a lesser-known celebrity does, not an artist in their prime. She made it very clear in the concert documentary that her appearance for the show was the result of a grueling diet and training regimen that she would never put herself through again. So why mislead people into thinking they can achieve that too when it's simply an unhealthy amount of restricted eating and exercise? Additionally, endorsing diet culture is extremely tacky and questionable. It often serves as a dangerous trend that can contribute to eating disorders. Story 10. Eminem's support and promotion of non-fungible tokens and cryptocurrency has caused me to lose a significant amount of respect for him. Fans often blame his agent and the people around him for making the decisions, but I believe that is just fan adulation that he would have criticized in the past. It is unwise to encourage fans to buy inferior or fraudulent products, and it is equally unwise to hire individuals who promote such products. It is not difficult to avoid this. Story 11. I lost all respect for Dr. Oz when he started promoting those miracle weight loss supplements on his show. I was treating patients at the time, and I had to keep explaining to them why green coffee bean extract was not going to magically melt their fat away. It is truly shameful coming from a former cardiac surgeon. Story 12. Alan Thicke and Kurt Browning are promoting reverse mortgages, but only in Canada. Most people outside of Canada may not recognize them. Story 13. I used to be a big fan of Loveline as a kid, so I respected Dr. Drew. I lost my admiration for him years ago when he decided to pursue a career as a television personality. Lately, I keep seeing YouTube ads where he is promoting a weight loss drug. Wasn't being a real doctor good enough? Story 14. Alexa Pena-Vega is selling a multi-level marketing essential oil and trying to recruit her fans into the downline of her pyramid. Story 15. I am no longer surprised by Joe Rogan's actions, but I am quite surprised that he can still find seemingly intelligent people willing to join his show and go along with his nonsense. Story 16. Ponch from Chips is selling car warranties. He was famous at one time, but decades later, who cares or even knows who he is? Maybe it's cool that he found a job and is still riding that wave, but at what point did someone in marketing say, we should get Ponch? People trust that guy. It's just so random. Story 17. John Walsh. His son Adam was abducted from a mall in 1981 and was murdered. John went on to create and host the long-running television show America's Most Wanted, which was responsible for catching over 1,000 criminals. These days, he is promoting the joint supplement Omega XL on lesser-known television networks. I feel bad for him. Story 18. All of them, to be honest. Tom Selleck, Edward Norton Jr., James Earl Jones, Morgan Freeman. None of them need the money. The products they promote aren't anything special either. It's dismaying. Story 19. Wayne Gretzky and Connor McDavid are promoting online sports gambling. Additionally, Gretzky is associated with the Make America Great Again movement, despite being Canadian. He completely ignored Team Canada during the final game of the four-country tournament. Story 20. Not the most egregious example, but I have recently seen ads with various celebrities for horrible online lottery games designed to scam older adults. Story 21. Chuck Norris sitting there looking pleasantly confused as his wife promotes his supplements is just sad. Story 22. Jimmy Johnson is doing those Extends male enhancement commercials. He has a college national championship, 2 Super Bowl wins, and is in the NFL Hall of Fame, yet he promotes a penis enlargement product. For shame, Jimmy. Story 23. I saw an advertisement last week in Safeway for Post Malone branded Oreo cookies. It looked a bit strange, as the cardboard cutout photo made him appear to have semi-chewed cookies in his mouth, which was somewhat off-putting. Story 24. The items that the president is still selling are inappropriate given the importance of his position. How many gold watches, Bibles, and sneakers does one person need to sell? Story 25. Chuck Norris and his wife have been appearing on YouTube. It sounds like it was generated by artificial intelligence. They are promoting a pill. I have not been able to sit through the entire presentation because I dislike artificial intelligence-generated rambling. Story 26. I would be happy to never see Peyton Manning promoting anything again. It is not really a surprise, just a bit exhausting. On a related note, I was surprised to see Katherine Heigl in a commercial for Poise pea pads recently. Story 27. It's not surprising that Mike Huckabee sold some type of supplement or gold coin a few years ago. I've blocked it out. Story 28. Harrison Ford endorsing Jeep. They have a poor quality build. He can't need the money that badly, can he? Story 29. Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO features some great guests who are truly interesting and inspiring, but he also includes some questionable individuals, particularly in the health field. He does not challenge their misleading statements at all. It was particularly strange to see him promoting Huel during the interview with the excellent Dr. Chris Van Tulken about ultra-processed food. Story 30. Robert De Niro is selling Warburton's bread in the UK, and David Seaman is promoting inferior PVC windows. It is painful to see respectable people degrade themselves. While those examples may not fully align, Stephen Bartlett from Dragon's Den, whose podcast is quite good, has been advertising Huel meal replacement shakes in commercials that were later banned for misleading consumers. He is a good person, though. Story 31. Drew Brees is promoting water that helps prevent concussions. I believe other athletes are doing the same. Later, I discovered that Brees invested hundreds of thousands in diamonds, which made me realize that you can be a smart football player and still make poor decisions. Story 32. Just started watching Zero Day. Robert De Niro is the star, and there's excessive product placement for Lipitor, Zicam, Synthroid, and others. Can we please make selling out shameful again? Story 33. These ads on social media and television, funded by anti-inclusive groups, would likely not align with Jesus' support for women, minorities, and the LGBTQ+ community. However, the funders would argue otherwise. Story 34. Dr. Oz, not long after reading an article about him being a real doctor who entered the celebrity business to educate people on how to take better care of themselves. Story 35. Dr. Oz in general makes me sad. Check his credentials. He is one of the most accomplished surgeons who ever lived. And how does he spend that intellectual capital? By promoting unfounded ideas on daytime television. Story 36. For me, it was Dave Ramsey because he had gained significant influence and respect among many people for a long time. However, in the last several years, he has damaged his credibility within circles like mine. His political views and promotion of questionable schemes to escape timeshares have led to a perception that he relies on his past reputation without taking steps to rebuild it. Story 37. Dr. Drew. I knew he chased celebrity, but when you drop a nickel, he comes running. To be fair, I respected him more in the Loveline days before all the rehab shows and shows in general. Story 38. My daughter's former music teacher thought it appropriate to send me information about her multi-level marketing powdered meal replacements while I was at the hospital with my mother, who was in the intensive care unit after a car accident. She was aware of my situation. Story 39. Bill Nye promoting the Activion product surprised me when I first saw it. Story 40. Gwen Stefani, like any celebrity, is promoting drugstore box hair dye. While I am a lifelong do-it-yourself box dyer, most people should not have expectations that this product will deliver results comparable to those achieved by the wealthy and famous, who spend thousands on professional hair treatments. Story 41. They all do it eventually. There isn't some morally correct celebrity who is unwilling to participate in these commercials or sell dubious products. It's all about greed or desperation, no other reasons. Story 42. Ron Paul promoting survival companies and gold enthusiasts was surprising. I lost a lot of admiration for him in just 30 seconds. Story 43. I won't say Ryan Reynolds is promoting ineffective products, but he definitely seems to be capitalizing on all the goodwill he has earned in his career and using it up rapidly with his constant advertisements. I get the impression he thinks his ads are fresh and entertaining, but I have started to see him as a bit of a sellout. Story 44. Joe Namath is promoting over-the-counter hearing enhancers. They do not work. I have tried them. He can afford an audiologist and real aids custom-made for each person's individual needs. Story 45. Les Stroud, known as Survivor Man, put his name on a multi-tool that resembles the free promotional items given away at trade shows in Las Vegas. He subsequently gave an interview discussing how a quality tool could save your life and promoted it. Story 46. It was amusing years ago when it was first revealed that top stars were selling whiskey and other products in Japanese television advertisements. Story 47. Honestly, Tony Robbins has great advice about psychology, soft skills, and a growth mindset, but he demonstrates limited understanding of sociology. Climbing the ladder and pursuing your dreams is more than just getting everything in order. Listening to him can significantly improve your life. He can teach you valuable skills. However, he presents these skills as the major solution. This approach can make him seem like a salesperson pushing skills without considering the hierarchy of needs or collaborating with other professionals instead of merely referring more life coaches. This method may work for those who are ready to reach for their dreams, but I believe he could attract a wider audience by including sociologists, psychologists, and other professionals to enhance his skill and mindset coaching. It's unfortunate when people dismiss the necessary skills to achieve their dreams and design their lives because they encountered a well-meaning life coach or someone like Tony at the wrong time in their journey. Story 48. I heard that Liam Neeson did advertisements for a paid prayer application, the same one Gwen Stefani promoted. I also heard he mentioned it is time for Kevin Spacey to make a comeback. Story 49. There was a time when it was considered inappropriate to do commercials. I still see it that way. Jennifer Garner promoting a credit card company and Shaquille O'Neal selling insurance highlight this trend. Every celebrity seems to have their product to sell, often related to alcohol, while many influencers promote gambling applications. If a celebrity is endorsing something, it usually means the product lacks substance. We should reconsider supporting these endorsements. Story 50. Iggy Azalea, who has always advocated for ethics and quality merchandise, is heavily involved in her artistic endeavors. However, she has suddenly shifted to promoting cryptocurrency schemes and phone plans reminiscent of Ryan Reynolds' style. Story 51. I'm not surprised that Gordon Ramsay partnered with a cookware brand. However, I am surprised he chose a brand as poor as Hexclad. His reputation is crucial to his entire brand, both as a celebrity chef and as a restaurateur. Hexclad is so disappointing that it must be damaging his brand. I can't imagine the earnings from this partnership are worth the potential losses he will inevitably face when it becomes more widely known how poor the product is. Story 52. I will never forget Julian Hough writhing on a table while a questionable individual removed negative energy from her. Story 53. One of our local news anchors retired, the kind of person who would visit Central American countries to report on why people were risking their lives to escape. Less than 2 years later, he was in personal injury attorney commercials. It was one of the first times I cringed and thought of someone as a sellout. Story 54. Gordon Ramsay promoting Hexclad cookware. I thought Ramsay would be one of the good ones. His attitude suggested he would be principled and prioritize values over money. It turns out I was mistaken, as he readily endorses a subpar product and pretends to use it at home when he does not. Story 55. I don't remember the actress, but there is one that has this air-related concept, similar to ionized air enemas or something unusual like that. Story 56. I immediately lose respect for any celebrity promoting car insurance, phone plans, and similar products. Major celebrities should step aside and let new actors get a chance, but I guess Tina Fey, Ice-T, Tom Selleck, and others have to maintain their expensive lifestyles. Story 57. It was weird going on holiday to America and seeing Bon Jovi advertising prescription painkillers. Also, Donald Trump was advertising overpriced trading cards, $99 for one digital card. It was so blatantly corrupt, even for him. Story 58. I have started seeing Keanu Reeves for Rogers. That kind of surprised me. Yes, I consider Rogers to be a subpar product. Story 59. I stopped watching The Bald and the Beautiful because they wouldn't stop promoting BetterHelp and other sponsors. I can accept sponsors as a necessary evil, but endorsing dangerous, expensive, and extensively advertised products to any audience, especially to young and easily influenced queer teens, is unacceptable. I know Trixie and Katia have enough wealth to be more discerning. Story 60. All those ultra-conservatives on Daily Wire, like Michael Knowles, promote balance of nature or prayer apps while ranting about immorality. It's so hypocritical that it's actually funny. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.